today's video is going to be my 2020 sort of summarised. 2020 was a strange year for a lot of people, especially for me. A lot happened, but at the same time, not much really did as well. So I'm just going to go through sort of my entire year, month by month. I have some little notes. And yeah, I actually made a video similar to this, but it was really short. I did my 2020 in 2 minutes 20. That was just a video that I posted on like my gaming channel and stuff. So yeah, this one's gonna be a bit longer than that because it's an ASMR video. In January, first day of the year, January 1st, I thought to myself, I need to do something this year. I need a project to work on. So I made a jewellery business. At first it was selling rings. It was called Purpose Rings, and my whole brand was imitating Pandora, basically. Called it Purpose. And I was just selling rings that were very similar to Pandora, but for a fraction of the price because they were made of sort of lesser materials. Mine were all either 375 or 925 plated silver, whereas Pandora's is full on, silver. So that was what I did in January. I basically made a website, bought some stock from a wholesaler that I found in China, and then started selling the items and trying to promote it through Instagram, word of mouth, business cards, some online, banner ads and stuff, and that's what I did. In February, lockdown happened towards the end of February, start of March. So, that big thing, the pandemic, kind of struck the entire world, and people started working from home, like myself, and some people got made redundant from work. Some people had to work through it, and some people got sick with it and stuff like that. The first cases in the UK happened around that time, which is where I'm from. The first ever case was in York, which was someone at York University, I think. And then after that, just it started happening day by day. There was more and more until we got to the stage where there was hundreds in a month later than that. So yeah, posting now. Then going on to March, I got I got put on furlough, which I'm not sure if every country had this, but furlough is, or was, a government scheme where if you couldn't work because of the coronavirus pandemic, then you'd get put on furlough. Basically that means that the government would pay 80% of your wage for a few months so that your business didn't have to get rid of you. So they supported businesses and stuff, and I got placed on that, which ultimately lasted 5 months, which is insane. So I didn't work for 5 months, but obviously I wasn't making as much money because I wasn't working. So I thought to myself, I need to invest some time while I'm at home into trying to make some money. So Purpose Rings became Purpose Jewellery, and I started selling bracelets, necklaces, charms, rings, any form of jewellery that I could find. Earrings were on there for a while, and then even collectible sort of metallic coins or metallic Pokemon cards. Anything made from metal basically was something that I would try and sell, but it was mainly a typical rings, charms, and bracelets was my main three things. And then that's basically what I did in April. In May, that business started doing really well when I added the extra items to my business. In May, I actually made the same amount of money from my day job, which is graphic design, which I wasn't doing at the time. I was on furlough, but I made the same amount of money selling. Let me try and grab little charms like this, or this. Or I don't have any necklaces on me, but some earrings here which are very out of focus. So yes, I made the same amount of money doing that as I did my actual job, which was well. So in May, towards the end of May, pretty much, I got really sick for the past, I don't even know, like for the past 6-7 years or something, maybe more. I was dealing with a liver condition called PSC, which it stands for primary sclerosing cholangitis, which is an untreatable liver disease. It's fatal, which means like you die from it. And the only way to solve it is to remove your liver and put someone else's inside you, which is known as a liver transplant. So when they saw that I got very, very sick, and they basically they changed my life when they said, you know, you have like months to live. So they put me on an emergency transplant list. Luckily, when they did that, like 3 days after, out of nowhere, they said, like, we need you to come in now because there is one available for you. So, you know, I packed the smallest bag possible with like 2 days of clothes because that's all I could fit in. I didn't have like my laptop, I had my phone and my charger and some clothes and then like a toothbrush, and that was it really. So I packed that and went, had a liver transplant, and after 2 weeks of recovery in hospital, which was awful, I had like loads of, you know, tests done, tubes inside me. I had stitches across my stomach and stuff, and it was very painful. Afterwards, during the whole thing, I wasn't awake, obviously I was asleep, but afterwards was very painful. I felt like I was 80 years old for like a solid 2 or 3 weeks. But then, August, I went home. It was my birthday, August 5th, so I was a bit of a couch potato for my birthday. I didn't really do much. Just stayed in bed. I ate lots of food because I needed to eat to regain weight that I'd lost. I lost 2 stone, which if you're in the US, I'm not 100% sure how much that is. We can probably check right now just to do it. You'd think that with being my birthday I'd eat loads, but I mean I was eating a lot, but I didn't put that much back on. So 2 stone in kg is basically 13 kg, which in pounds is between 28 to 29 pounds-ish. So I lost that in 1 day, and then I had to, you know, throughout August eat loads of food, put it back on. So yeah, and I started like my recovery from home and stuff, and then during that time I started playing a video game because I had nothing else to do, you know. I was in bed all day and like, you know, at this desk. So I started playing a video game called Splitgate Arena Warfare, which is like Halo, if you've played Halo, but you have a gun, which is like a portal thing. You fire it, and then like it fires a portal on the wall, and then you fire it somewhere else, and it fires another one, and you can basically travel through one end to the other. It's really cool, and it's free. It's free to play on Steam. So I started playing that to pass the time. In September, after the Splitgate guys saw me playing, I was doing a few like videos on my gaming channel and live streaming that and stuff, making some content and stuff in my spare time. They brought me into that game as like a partnered creator and streamer and stuff, which was cool. Basically means that they would promote my stuff whenever I'd like go live on Twitch or make a video and post it, or tweet like a clip of me playing or something like that. I also ran some like community events and tournaments for people playing that to pass time as well, which was cool and pretty fun to do. And then to the end of that month, I showed them some graphic design skills that I had by making some like cool like texture-y skins for their guns and stuff in that game. And they basically just messaged me saying like, on a serious level, do you want us to give you a contract so that you can design the stuff for us and get paid, which obviously I said yes to. So towards the end of September I signed a contract with Splitgate as a skin designer, which is cool. Make some extra money and stuff. In October, my jewellery business that I was still running throughout all this time, that hit about £6,000, which is like $7,000 something $100 euros in sales, which for a one-man business in its first year, I'm pretty sure is like, you know, the 1% of new businesses will do that level of thing. So I don't know how it happened. I had a minimal promotion, you know, I maybe spent like £300, £400 on advertisement and made 5,000 to 6,000 profit. Like, it was, you know, sorry, not profit in sales. Profit was probably about 3,500 to 3,800, but still, it's insane. So I must have just, like, you know, struck gold. I just did something correct. I kept on doing whatever I was doing because it was working, and there you go. And then towards the end of October, work phoned me up and said, "Do you want to come back to work?" Which obviously I couldn't say no to. I didn't want to go back to work because if I was making 80% from the furlough scheme that the government made, why would I want to go back to work for an extra 20%, working 40 hours a week? Like, makes no sense at all. Especially because I am an underpaid graphic designer for where I work. I'm underpaid by about £3,000 a year, which is just not fair at all. So I didn't want to go back to work, but obviously I said yes, I'll come back to work. So that's what happened in October. I've got my notes stuck, there we go. November, which isn't too long ago, last month, my ASMR channel, this channel, we hit 1,500 subs, which is really cool. I think we're at like 1,750, maybe just below like 1,745 or something right now, as I'm recording this. So by the time I post it, we'll probably be at like 1,750, I think. So that happened, yeah. And me and my friend that also sold jewellery in his spare time, we decided to dive into a new business idea, which is fragrances for men and then in the future for women. And I actually have a test batch here. So you can see, very like DIY. It's just written down some ingredients on it. It says they're like pineapple, bergamot, and it smells very nice. So it took me like a month to nail down this smell, which is what we will start selling. Here's another, which is practically empty. I've been using it a lot. And so yeah, we started that. I actually have the logo for the company there. It's called Infinitum Sense, which I'll probably make an ASMR video on because like the glass tapping on the bottles and stuff is really nice, so I'll probably make a video on that and just try and promote my business a bit as well, you know. Let me just put this down here, I can't be bothered to put it back up there. And then December this month, December, I unfortunately got sick again. I caught some kind of like infection virus, not the virus. Luckily, that would be very bad. But yeah, I caught some kind of infection somehow, whether it was a side effect of medication that I'm on, or whether I caught it going outside, which is a very rare occasion. Because I'm not supposed to be out right now, obviously, with everything that's going on. You know, I might go out like once every 2 weeks, and I'd somehow manage to catch something, which is typical. Like sod's law that, you know, you don't do anything for a very long time, and the moment you decide to go and do it, you like end up with, you know, a negative effect kind of thing. It's typical. So my Christmas, which happened in December, you wouldn't have known it in the UK. It was very boring Christmas, especially for me, because I spent it in bed working on a video game. I worked Christmas pretty much for about maybe 4 or 5 hours. My family went for a meal, but I was too sick to go. So yeah, in Christmas, I just carried on working on that. I did have a Christmas dinner though. My family sent one to me from where they were eating. They drove over back home and plated me some up, and then I put it in the microwave. And then today, which is today is the second to last day of the year as I'm recording this. All I've done today is get up, watch a few videos on YouTube, have my breakfast, and then I cut myself, which is there, shaving my neck beard, which is now all nice and clean, straight line. Look at that straight line, yes. So yeah, that's my year pretty much. To summarise it, I could talk about each topic for 25-30 minutes each and make this video 4 hours long. But to summarise, very basic, in around 15 to 20 minutes. That has been my year. If there's anything else, it's probably not of high importance, really. Those are the things that stood out most to me, which the main 4 are the liver stuff, the ASMR channel, the gaming stuff, and the jewellery stuff. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. There was a few other things in there, I attempted to make my own graphic design business, but it didn't work out in the end. I actually think I might need to cancel the website for that, because I might still be paying for it. This year for me has been very business orientated, just because when the liver stuff happened, which, basically last year, the doctors told me, you will have to, that was when I got told, you will have to at some point have a transplant. So I just kicked myself into gear this year, and I was very business focused, trying to make money, because I wanted to achieve something. This channel had a lot of effort put into it. I've put money into some adverts to try and, get the word out there, because it's difficult to grow on YouTube these days. And plus, I always knew that watching ASMR videos, the adverts before were so annoying. You'd watch an ASMR video, but for 30 seconds before it, you'd have an advert for Colgate or Coke Energy. What are the other big ones? Grammarly is a big one. Or some YouTube ad they'd stick in there for YouTube Originals or YouTube Premium or something. And then there's a few others Squarespace or whatever, or Wix. I'd have a few, but the general idea was that those ads were not ASMR friendly. And I was like, right, if I can make some ads that are ASMR friendly, people will kind of be like, oh, thanks for that, which is true, People will come to my channel and say this is the best that I've watched, and that's good for me. It's my way of being niche in a way, doing something different in the hope that people recognise it, and I think it's working. So yeah. Alright, I'm just rambling at this point, so plus my throat's getting a bit tickly because I've been talking for ages. That happens to me, I don't know why. So yeah, that is the video pretty much. I hope you enjoyed. There was no extra triggers in it. Tigger, that's Winnie the Pooh character. Triggers in here. It's just me talking basically. Maybe some random mouth sound, because I'm very dry mouth at the moment. So yeah, I keep saying that. I say so yeah all the time. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. It helps, helps the YouTube algorithm, pushes the channel up on search results and whatever. And then subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see you in 2021.